Hey, so I'm currently working overtime right now. There was a storm in the area, so we're on storm duty, so I take calls. So if I have to stop this at any point, then I'll pick it back up. But I just turned 30 5 days ago, and I was sitting here reflecting. Calls have slowed down, and I just had stuff on my brain, and I wanted to just lay out some things that I wish I would have paid more attention to in my 20s. So I'm going to jump right into it. The first is your habits will catch up with you. Right now you're young, you're hot, you're slim, you look good, you can drink heavy, you can party, and you're still going to look great. That was the case for me. But when I turned around 25, I really started to struggle with my weight. It was up and down, and it was mainly due to my habits. So, in your 20s, have fun, enjoy life, but start establishing those healthy habits that you can carry with you as you progress into more seasoned years, into adulthood, ones that center around longevity, because those habits it'll catch up with you, and that's something I'm seeing now. And I'll get into a little bit more of what I mean by that and some of the other points. But that's number one. Number two is that life doesn't get easier and it doesn't get slower. So there will never be a perfect time. If you want to do something, do it now, start tomorrow, but don't wait for Monday. There's always going to be a party. There's always going to be a trip. If you really want to try something, do it now, because tomorrow's not promised. The biggest misconception is that we have time, and we don't know how long we have. So there's a quote I've heard. It's, we're all going to die. Start living like it. I have notes here too, so that's why I'm looking back and forth. Number three, stop spending money on dumb stuff. So stop spending money you don't have. This is coming from someone who at one point had $40,000 in credit card debt, and I had to go through the pain of paying that off. I had to go through the pain of having a lower credit score as a result due to my cards being maxed out. Utilization was high. Just don't do it. If you're spending money on a credit card and you don't have that money in your checking account, you can't afford it. And you're going to regret making that purchase when you're paying it off a month later or months down the line. One more thing I want to say about that. If I wasn't paying off that credit card debt, spending money on God knows what, because I can't even tell you what I was spending money on. That could have gone to my student debt, which is still very much in my life. That $40,000 could have gone to that, because I have quite a bit of student debt, and that's $40,000 does not cover it all. Number four, your mental health is just as important as your physical health. So this is something that I'm still working through now, and I urge you to ask yourself, what are you doing to keep your mind healthy? I've implemented journaling and meditation, and again, it's a newer practice, but it has really made a difference. Also therapy. I used to have two therapists at the same time, because that's how bad my mental health was at the time. But what are you doing to take care of your mind? During your 20s, you're in the gym. Whoa, we're sliding. In your 20s, we're in the gym working on our looks, but give some attention to your mind. Number five, you have to learn how to identify your feelings, process them, and then communicate if needed. So I've been dealing with a lot of big changes in my life. I was this year promoted to my first manager role, got married, I became a stepmom, I just bought my first home, and these were all within months of each other. I got promoted in April, I got married in June. We put in an offer on the house in June while we were on our honeymoon. So before we even saw it, crazy work. But there were some delays. We just moved in like a few weeks ago. But these are all large changes in my life. And big changes came with big feelings. I had to learn to name those feelings, process them, and then either work on changing me or communicate those feelings and or boundaries to another individual. All right, how do I pause this? Okay, I think I'm back. Number 6, I still feel like a child sometimes. Adulthood is the worst hood I have ever been in, okay? I'm married. I am responsible for 10% of my company's total capital. Our total capital is $2 billion. I'm in charge of 200 million of it. There are 200 projects under me. And I own a home now. These are grown-up things. And yet, I still feel young isn't even the word. It's just like, it's almost like imposter syndrome. Like, is this all me? Like, I'll sit in meetings with, other managers and above, and I'm like, do I belong here? It kind of reminds me of fake it till you make it. But yeah, I still feel like a child, even though I'm 30 and I'm doing adult things. Number 7, alcohol is not your friend. I mentioned that I've been yo-yoing in weight since 2025. I've gotten close to my goal, but I always self-sabotage, and over the years, the common denominator has been alcohol. I almost skipped on to the next one. So, my skin has also suffered, so I have eczema. Alcohol has always made my eczema worse. And right now, I'm in a season of not drinking. I did 74 days recently, and then I broke that chain of sobriety like over the last few weeks, and it was terrible and it was great. It was great. Well, it was terrible because all that pain came back. My skin went bananas. Of course, my weight stalled, and just overall, it wasn't a net positive situation. But the great part was it really reinforced that I want to stay dry for a longer period of time. So today is day 12 days of not drinking. I think my last drink was just shy of a week before I turned 30. Alcohol, I could speak more on that, but I want to keep this brief. We're at 8 minutes now. Number 8, it's okay to cry. I feel so much better after crying. It's a release of emotion for me. It goes hand in hand with journaling. Sometimes when I journal, I do begin to cry because I've reached a level of clarity of what I need, and I always feel better. My journal hates to see me coming. Like, sometimes I'm having a bad day or I'm having a difficult conversation, and in the back of my head I'm like, oh, I cannot wait to write about you in my journal later. It used to be, I cannot wait to take a shot. But now it's, it's a release of those emotions. And when I need to cry, I ugly cry, I let it out, and I always feel so much better. And then I move on. Number 9, your parents are doing their best. Just like this is your first time in this world, living your life. This is their first time as parents. And even though there may be some things that you wish were different, they are hopefully doing their best the same way that you are hopefully doing yours. And this extends to any person that you love, whether it's family or friends. We're all doing our best. So give them the same grace that you would want. Number 10 and final one, if there's something you like, lean into it. If it's a hobby, if it's a color. I used to be in this run club, and there was a girl, she always had on all purple everything. And I loved it so much. I grew up wearing a lot of black and tan. I got on a black shirt right now. And, I need to answer this call. One sec. Okay, I'm back. So, recently, I think I was talking about colors. I have, like, I realized I really like the color chartreuse. Here, let me show you. Kind of like this color in deep olive green. And I've been leaning into that because, you know, it's like, again, we don't know how long we will be on this earth. If you like something, go for it. There are some days I wear all chartreuse. And if I can find some pictures and figure out how to add them to the video, I will do so. The last video I uploaded was like a year ago, I know. But I'll give you a sense of what I'm talking about. But life is unpredictable. If there's something you like, try it out. So those are the 10 things that came to my mind. I was sitting here thinking about them as I am working, and I figured, let me just hit record and talk about them. I hope that you find even one of them helpful. These are all things that I wish I gave more attention to in my 20s, but not to fret. Today's a new day. It's a beautiful day to be alive, and the beautiful part is that I know now. So I'm taking the steps now so that I won't be 40 talking about, I just turned 40. These are the things, even though, hey, maybe 10 years from now I'll make that video, but I'm glad that I have learned them now, and I'm looking forward to implement them. So hope you found this helpful. If there's anything you would like me to elaborate on, please let me know in the comments. Have a great day.